Today I'm going to give you a challenge. I'll explain this challenge later in the message, but before we get to the challenge, I want to remind you that I know I'm not the boss of you. I'm not in charge of you. I don't have the authority to make you do something, but fair warning, I'm going to use all my persuasive skills today to try to get you to do this challenge because I think it's super important. The challenge is something that some of you know you need to do and just haven't done it yet. And for others of you, this will be brand new. Well, some of you have already taken the challenge. Good for you. If money talked, that's our series that we're continuing in today. And if our money could actually talk and our money were to give us financial advice, we would not, for the most part, I think, be shocked about the advice that our money would give us. And we'd find a parallel between what our money would say if it could talk and what Jesus did say when he did talk. Jesus said more about money and possessions to his followers than he talked about heaven. And perhaps Jesus talked more about money than about heaven because for most people, there is no money would be worse news than there is no heaven. Think about that for a second because that's the reality, isn't it? Perhaps Jesus knew where our hearts are and Jesus knew where our interests lie. And so Jesus talked about what is most important to us to get our attention. And maybe Jesus knew that money promises more than it can actually deliver. The promise of money is that as soon as you get a little bit more, it'll finally deliver, right? Last week, we looked at the first thing we know for sure that our money would tell us, and it's this: I can add meaning to your life, but I'm not the meaning of life. Money is most meaningful when we view it and we use it as a means to an end that isn't us. Meaning happens when some end or result is achieved. The thing that gives anything meaning is that it's a means to something, some goal. We get to decide what that goal or purpose or end we want our lives to move toward. And when we answer this question about purpose, our money will follow. Our money will be what it was intended to be all along. Our money is meant to be a means to an end that goes beyond us. That's the first thing that our money would tell us. The second thing that our money would tell us if our money could talk is simply this, and well, you may not love this one, but your self-control determines which one of us gets control. Our money would tell us it isn't about how much you have, it's about what you do with it. We say here in the United States, if only I had more money. That's what we say. But money says, if only you had more self-control. Now, those aren't real quotes, by the way. I'm hoping you realize that. Money doesn't actually talk, and I'm not trying to trick you here. Your self-control determines, though, who or what gets control of your life. Let's pause a moment to think about this. What do you think of this self-control stuff? Is it really the root cause of most of our money problems? Let's take a moment and discuss that.